Hare Krishna. Welcome all of you for today's reading session. Let us begin with prayers. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Reading from the book Teachings of Lord Chaitanya by His Divine Grace Vishwaguru Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Request you to please hear attentively. Towards the end of the session, we shall have a simple quiz based on this chapter. We are reading from Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, chapter 18, entitled The Conversations with Prakāśānanda. According to the principles of the Mayavadi sannyasis, singing, dancing, and playing musical instruments are strictly prohibited, for they are considered to be sinful activities. The Mayavadi sannyasi is simply supposed to engage in the study of the Vedanta. Therefore, when the Mayavadi sannyasis in Banaras saw that Lord Chaitanya was indulging in singing, dancing, playing musical instruments, and always chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, they concluded that he was not educated and that, out of sentiment, he was misleading his followers. Shankaracharya's injunction was that a sannyasi should always study the Vedanta and that he should be satisfied by simply having one cloth and nothing more. Because Lord Chaitanya neither studied the Vedanta formally nor ceased from singing and dancing, he was criticized by all the sannyasis at Banaras as well as by their householder followers. When Lord Chaitanya received news of this criticism from his students and disciples, he simply smiled and started for Mathura and Vrindavan. When he returned to Banaras on his way from Mathura to Jagannath Puri, he stayed at the house of Chandrasekhara, who was considered a Shudra because he was a clerk. In spite of this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made his residence at his home. Lord Chaitanya made no distinctions between Brahmanas and Shudras. He accepted anyone who was devoted. Customarily, a sannyasi is supposed to take shelter and eat in the home of a Brahmana, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as the independent Supreme Personality of Godhead, used his own discretion and decided to stay at Chandrasekhara's house. In those days, by misusing their Brahmanical heritage, the Brahmanas had created a law to the effect that anyone not born in a Brahmana family was to be considered a Shudra. Thus, even the Kshatriyas and Vaishyas were also considered Shudras. Because the because the Vaishyas were said to be descendants of because the Vaidyas were said to be descendants of Brahmana fathers and Shudra mothers, they were considered sometimes called Shudras. Thus, Chandrasekhara, although born in a Vaidya family, was called a Shudra in Banaras. As long as Lord Chaitanya stayed in Banaras, he remained at Chandrasekhara's home and he took his food at the home of Tapan Mishra. When Sanatana Goswami met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Banaras, he learned the process and principles of devotional service during 2 months of continual teaching. Lord Chaitanya's instructions to Sanatana Goswami have been described in the first part of this book. After receiving these teachings, Sanatana Goswami was authorized to propagate the principles of devotional service and Srimad Bhagavatam. It was during this time that both Tapan Mishra and Chandrasekhara were feeling very sorry about the strong criticism against Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they came together and prayed for the Lord to meet the Mayavadi sannyasis. We have been mortified by hearing unfavorable criticisms from the Mayavadi sannyasis against you, they informed Lord Chaitanya. Indeed it has become intolerable for us. They requested the Lord to do something so that these criticisms would be stopped. While they were while they were discussing this subject, a Brahmana came to Lord Chaitanya and invited him to his home. All the sannyasis but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had been invited, and now the Brahmana came to invite him. Knowing that the Lord did not mix with Mayavadi sannyasis, the Brahmana fell down at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet and implored him, "Although I know that you do not accept invitations, I still implore you to come and take prasadam at my home with the other sannyasis. If you accept this invitation, I will consider it a special favor." The Lord took this opportunity and accepted the Brahmana's invitation in order to meet the Mayavadi sannyasis. Actually, this was an arrangement made by the Lord himself. Although the Brahmana who invited him knew that the Lord did not accept any invitations, he was still very eager to invite him. The next day, Lord Chaitanya went to the house of the Brahmana and saw that all the Mayavadi sannyasis were sitting there. He offered his respects to all the sannyasis, as was customary, and then went to wash his feet. After washing, he sat down at that spot, a little distance from the other sannyasis. While he was sitting there, the sannyasis saw a glaring effulgence emanating from his body. Attracted by this glaring effulgence, all the Mayavadi sannyasis stood up and showed him their respects. Among them was a sannyasi named Prakāśānanda Saraswati. He was the chief among the impersonalist sannyasis, and he addressed Lord Chaitanya with great humility, asking him to come and sit among them. "My dear sir, why are you sitting in that filthy place?" he asked. "Please come and sit with us." "Oh, I belong to an inferior sect of sannyasis," Lord Chaitanya replied. "Therefore, I think that I should not sit with you. Let me remain down here." Prakāśānanda was surprised to hear such a thing from such a learned man, and he took the Lord's hand and requested him to please come and sit with him and the other sannyasis. When Lord Chaitanya was finally seated among them, Prakāśānanda Saraswati said, "I think your name is Sri Krishna Chaitanya, and because you have taken sannyas from Keshava Bharati, who belongs to the Shankaracharya Sampradaya, I understand that you belong to our Mayavadi sect. According to the Shankara sect, there are 10 different names for sannyasis. Out of them, three names, Tirtha, Ashrama, and Saraswati, are given to the sannyasis considered to be the most enlightened and cultured. Since Lord Chaitanya was a Vaishnava, he was naturally humble and meek, and he wanted to give the better sitting place to Prakāśānanda, who belonged to the Saraswati Sampradaya. According to Shankara's principles, a brahmachari of the Bharati school is called Chaitanya. However, although Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, he kept his brahmachari name and did not take up the title of Bharati. "Well, sir," Prakāśānanda will continue, "you belong to our Shankara sect and you are living in Banaras. So why don't you mix with us? What is the reason? Another thing, you are a sannyasi and you are supposed to engage simply in the study of the Vedanta. But we see that instead you are always engaged in chanting and dancing and playing musical instruments. What is the reason? These are the activities of emotional and sentimental people. But you are a qualified sannyasi. Why not engage in the study of the Vedanta? By your effulgence, it appears to us that you are just like the Supreme Narayana, the personality of Godhead. But by your behavior, you appear to be otherwise. So we are inquisitive to know why you act in this way. My dear sir, Lord Chaitanya replied, my spiritual master considered me a great fool. Therefore, he has more or less punished me by saying that because I am such a fool, I have no capacity to study the Vedanta. So he kindly gave me the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. My spiritual master told me, just go on chanting this Hare Krishna mantra. It will make you all perfect. Actually, Lord Chaitanya was neither foolish nor ignorant of the principles of the Vedanta. His purpose was to demonstrate to modern society that fools who have no history of penance and austerity should not try to study the Vedanta just for some recreational purpose. In his Shikshashtaka, Lord Chaitanya said that one should be in a humble state of mind, should think himself lower than the grass on the street, should be more tolerant than a tree, and should be devoid of all sense of prestige, and ready to offer all kinds of respects to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the Vedanta philosophy or the holy name of God constantly. The Lord also wanted to teach that a serious student of transcendental science should exactly follow the words of his spiritual master. According to the calculations of his spiritual master, Lord Chaitanya appeared to be a fool. Therefore, he said that he should not indulge in the study of the Vedanta, but should continue chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Lord Chaitanya strictly obeyed this order. In other words, Lord Chaitanya impressed upon the Mayavadis that the words of a bona fide spiritual master must be strictly followed. One who does not, be- One who does so becomes perfect in all respects. The word Vedanta means the last word of Vedic knowledge, which is to understand Krishna. As Krishna states in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, verse 15, Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyaha. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. When one actually comes to understand the Vedanta, he comes to know Krishna and his relationship with Krishna. And one who understands Krishna understands everything. Moreover, the knower of Krishna is always engaged in his transcendental loving service. As the Lord states in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse 8, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. I am the source of everything, and everything emanates from me. One who perfectly knows this fully engages in my transcendental loving service. A living entity is eternally related with Krishna in the relationship of servant and master. Once that service is wanting, or in other words, when one is not situated in Krishna consciousness, it is to be understood that his study of the Vedanta is insufficient. When one does not understand Krishna or does not engage in his transcendental loving service, it is to be understood that he is averse to studying the Vedanta and understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The path of Vedanta study shown by Lord Chaitanya should be followed by all. A person who is puffed up by so called education has no humility and therefore does not seek the protection of a bona fide spiritual master. He thinks that he does not require a spiritual master and that he can achieve the highest perfection by his own efforts. Such persons are not eligible for studying the Vedanta Sutra. Those who are under the spell of the material energy do not follow the instructions of the disciplic succession, but try to manufacture something on their own. In this way, they step outside the sphere of Vedanta study. A bona fide spiritual master must always condemn such independent mental speculators. If the bona fide spiritual master directly points out the foolishness of a disciple, it should not be taken wrongly. A person who is competent, sorry, a person who is completely ignorant of the signs of God cannot be considered learned. More or less, everyone who is not in Krishna consciousness is subject to foolishness. Sometimes we display our foolishness by accepting someone who is barely educated as a spiritual master. It is our duty to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose lotus feet are worshipped by all the Vedas. One who does not understand him and is proud of a false understanding of the Vedanta is actually a fool. Mundane attempts at academic knowledge are simply another type of foolishness. As long as one cannot understand the cosmic manifestation as a representation of the three modes of material nature, he must be considered to be in the darkness of inebriety and caught in the duality of this material world. A person who is in perfect knowledge of the Vedanta becomes a servitor of the Supreme Lord, who is the maintainer and sustainer of the whole cosmic manifestation. As long as one is not transcendental to the service of the limited, he cannot have knowledge of the Vedanta. As long as one is within the limited jurisdiction of fruitive activities or is involved in mental speculation, he may perhaps be eligible to study or teach theoretical knowledge of the Vedanta Sutra, but he cannot understand the supreme, eternal, transcendental, completely liberated vibration of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One who has achieved perfection in chanting this transcendental vibration does not have to separately learn the philosophy of the Vedanta Sutra. According to the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the bona fide spiritual master who does not understand that this transcendental vibration is non different from the Supreme, yet who try to become Mayavadi philosophers expert in the Vedanta Sutra are all fools. Studying the Vedanta Sutra by one's own efforts, the ascending process of knowledge, is a sign of foolishness. On the other hand, he who has attained a taste for chanting this transcendental vibration has actually reached the conclusion of the Vedanta. In this connection, there are two verses in Srimad Bhagavatam which are very instructive. The purport of the first is that if a person is chanting the transcendental vibration, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, then even if he was born in the family of the lowest of human beings, it is to be understood that in his previous lives he performed all types of renunciation, austerities, and sacrifice, and studied all the Brahma Sutras. The purport of the second verse is that one who chants the two syllables, ha, ri, must be considered to have studied all the Vedas, the Rig Veda, Atharva Veda, Yajur Veda, and Sama Veda. On the other hand, there are many so called devotees who think the Vedanta is not meant for devotees. Such people are ignorant of the fact that the Vedanta is the only platform of pure devotees. Great acharyas in all four Vaishnava sampradayas have made commentaries on the Vedanta Sutra, but the so called devotees known as Prakrita Sahajiyas carefully avoid the study of the Vedanta Sutra. The Prakrita Sahajiyas mistakenly take the pure devotees and Vaishnava acharyas to be mental speculators or fruitive actors. Consequently, they themselves become Mayavadis and leave the service of the Supreme Lord. Understanding the Vedanta Sutra by academic knowledge never enables one to understand the value of the transcendental vibration. People who are entangled in academic knowledge are conditioned souls who are confused about the facts of I and mine understanding. Consequently, they are unable to detach their minds from the external energy. When a person actually attains transcendental knowledge, he becomes free from this duality and engages in the transcendental loving service of the Supreme Lord. The Lord's service is the only means by which one can become detached from material activities. A person properly initiated by a bona fide spiritual master and engaged in chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, gradually becomes freed from the conception of I and mine and becomes attached to the Lord's transcendental loving service in one of the five transcendental relationships. Such transcendental service is not a subject matter for gross and subtle bodies. Only when one can understand that there is no difference between the Supreme and His name, one be situated in Krishna consciousness. At such a time, one no longer needs to make grammatical adjustments. Rather, one becomes more interested in petitioning the Lord. Hare Krishna, O my Lord, O energy of the Lord, please engage me in your service. Lord Chaitanya explained all this to Prakāśānanda Saraswati and told him that he had heard all this from his spiritual master. He further informed Prakāśānanda Saraswati that his spiritual master had taught him that Srimad Bhagavatam is the actual commentary on the Vedanta Sutra as stated in Srimad Bhagavatam by Vyasadeva, the author of the Vedanta Sutra. A student's perfection is to understand the identity of the holy name and the Supreme Lord. Unless one is under the shelter of a realized spiritual master, his understanding of the Supreme is simply foolishness. However, one can fully understand the transcendental Lord by service and devotion. When Lord Chaitanya offenselessly chanted the Hare Krishna mantra, he declared that the mantra could at once deliver a conditioned soul from material contamination. In this age of Kali, there is no alternative to chanting this Maha Mantra. It is stated that the essence of all Vedic literature is the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Chaitanya also told Prakāśānanda Saraswati, in order to convince me about this essential fact of Vedic knowledge, my spiritual master has taught me a verse from the Brihanaradiya Purana, chapter 38, verse 126. Harer Nama, Harer Namaiva Kevalam, Kalau Nastyeva Gatiranyatha. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. There is no other way, there is no other way, there is no other way. In three out of the four millenniums, namely Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Dwapar Yuga, people had the honor to strive to understand transcendence through the path of disciplic succession. But in the present age, due to the influence of Kali, people have no interest in the disciplic succession. Instead, they have invented many paths of logic and argument. This individual attempt to understand the supreme transcendence, called the ascending process, is not the Vedic way. The absolute truth must descend from the absolute platform. He is not to be understood by the ascending process. The holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is a transcendental vibration because it comes from the transcendental platform, the supreme abode of Krishna. And because there is no difference between Krishna and his name, the holy name of Krishna is as pure, perfect, and liberated as Krishna himself. Academic scholars, relying on logic and argument, have no entrance into the understanding of the transcendental nature of the holy name of God. The single path for understanding the transcendental nature of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is the chanting of these names with faith and adherence. Such chanting will release one from designated conditions arising from the gross and subtle bodies. In this age of logical argument and disagreement, the chanting of Hare Krishna is the only means for self realization. And because this transcendental vibration alone can deliver the conditioned soul, it is the essence of the Vedanta Sutra. According to the material conception, there is a difference between a person himself and his name, form, qualities, emotions, and activities. But as far as this transcendental vibration is concerned, there is no such limitation, for it descends from the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, unlike the material world, there is no difference between a person and his name and qualities. Because the Mayavadi philosophers cannot understand this, they cannot utter the transcendental vibration. Lord Chaitanya then told Prakāśānanda Saraswati that because he received the order from his spiritual master, he was constantly chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. As a result of this chanting, the Lord said, I sometimes become very impatient and cannot restrain myself from dancing and laughing or crying and singing. Indeed, I become just like a madman. When I first wondered whether I had become mad by chanting this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, I approached my spiritual master and informed him that I had gone mad by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thus, I asked him what was my actual position. In the Narada Pancharatra, it is stated, Yesho Veda Shadangani Chandamsi Vividha Suraha Sarvam Ashtaksharantastham Yachanyad Apivan Mayam Sarva Vedanta Sarartha Samsararnavataranaha. All Vedic rituals, mantras, and understanding are compressed into the 8 words Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Similarly, in the Kali Santarana Upanishad, it is stated Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Shodashakam Namnam Kalikalmashanashanam Natah Parataropayah Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. The 16 words Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare are especially meant for counteracting the contaminations of Kali. To save oneself from the contamination of Kali, there is no alternative to the chanting of these 16 words. Lord Chaitanya informed Prakāśānanda Saraswati that when his spiritual master understood him, he said, it is the transcendental nature of the holy names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, to transport a man into spiritual madness. Anyone who sincerely chants this holy name is quickly elevated to the platform of love of God and becomes mad after God. This madness arising from love of God is the highest perfectional stage for a human being. Generally, a human being is interested in religion, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. But love of God is above all these. A bona fide spiritual master chants the holy names Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and the transcendental sound vibration enters the ear of the disciple. And if the disciple follows in the footsteps of his spiritual master and chants the holy name with similar respect, the chanting constitutes worship of the transcendental name. When the transcendental name is worshipped by the devotee, the name himself spreads his glories within the heart of the devotee. When the devotee is perfectly qualified in chanting the transcendental vibration of the holy name, he is quite fit to become a spiritual master and to deliver all the people of the world. The chanting of the holy name is so powerful that it gradually establishes its supremacy above everything in the world. The devotee who chants it becomes transcendentally situated in ecstasy and sometimes laughs, cries, and dances in his ecstasy. Sometimes the unintelligent put hindrances in the path of the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. But one who is situated on the platform of love of Godhead continues to chant the holy name loudly for the benefit of all concerned. As a result, everyone becomes everyone becomes initiated into the chanting of the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. By chanting and hearing the holy names of Krishna, a person can remember the forms and qualities of Krishna. Thus ends chapter 18 of Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, entitled The Conversations with Prakāśānanda. Hare Krishna. So now all of you have heard this chapter. So I'm going to ask a few simple questions based on this chapter. So let us see. It's a way to recall all that we have read so that it helps us to assimilate whatever we have read and heard so far. Okay, here's your first question. In which Upanishad is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra mentioned?
Kali Santarna Upanishad.
Hare Bol. That's the right answer, Giridhar. Kali Santarna Upanishad. Okay. The next question. Where did Lord Chaitanya meet the Mayavadi sannyasis? At which place? Anyone can answer?
Banaras.
Yes, Dinesh, you're right. He met them at Banaras, Varanasi, or Kashi. Yes, good. Next question. According to the Mayavadi sannyasis, which activity is considered the only proper engagement for a sannyasi?
Studying the Vedanta.
Yes,
Vedanta
studying the
Sutras.
Vedanta Sutras, Vedanta. That's the right answer, Giridhar. Okay, the next question. Others also can try. Why did the Mayavadi sannyasis criticize Lord Chaitanya? Why did the Mayavadi sannyasis criticize Lord Chaitanya? Anyone can answer. Unmute and answer.
Because they
Because
consider
Yes, Dinesh?
because they consider that the only through the reading of the scripture like Vedanta Sutra we can achieve the salvation, and they consider this chanting as emotionally driven. They are not in that you can attain the salvation.
Yes, yes. Perfect. Right, correct answer, Dinesh. So, because Lord Chaitanya sang, danced, and chanted instead of studying Vedanta, the Mayavadi sannyasis criticized him. Okay, the next question. While Lord Chaitanya was in Banaras, where did he stay? Where did he stay? In whose house he was staying? Anybody can answer?
Tapan Mishra's house.
No, that's not the right answer. Yes. Lord Chaitanya stayed at the house of Chandrasekhara Acharya at Banaras. Okay, that's the right answer. Okay, the next question. Uh, who was the leader of the Mayavadi sannyasis of Banaras?
Prakāśānanda Saraswati.
Yes, Prakāśānanda Saraswati is the right answer. What attracted the Mayavadi sannyasis to Lord Chaitanya at the gathering? As soon as the Mayavadi sannyasis saw Lord Chaitanya, there was something which attracted them all towards Lord Chaitanya. What was that?
He looked
I will
very
give
humble
four
and at the
options.
same time very effulgent like Narayana.
Yeah, his humility and his bodily effulgence. That was the right answer, Giridhar. Okay, the next question. Why did Lord Chaitanya say that he did not study Vedanta? Anyone? Why did Lord Chaitanya say that he did not study Vedanta?
Because his
So,
spiritual master did not say to do so. He
yeah,
only said to chant the Hare Krishna mantra.
yes, right. That's the right answer. In fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that my spiritual master considered me unfit and saw me as a fool, and he saw me unfit to study Vedanta. That's why he told me to chant Hare Krishna. Actually, Mahaprabhu said this uh, because he was naturally very humble as a devotee, and that is why he said like this. Okay. What is the actual meaning of Vedanta, or what is the actual purpose of Vedanta study according to Lord Chaitanya?
To know Krishna as the
Yes,
conclusion of all the Vedic scriptures, as Lord Krishna himself says, Vedaischa sarvairahameva vedya.
yes, correct. So, the actual purpose of studying Vedanta is to understand Krishna. Which Bhagavad Gita verse is quoted to explain Vedanta conclusion in this chapter?
Vedaischa sarvairahameva vedyam Vedantakrit vedavideva chaham.
Okay, but there is another verse from the Bhagavad Gita where it quotes, which is quoted in this chapter, which explains Vedanta's conclusion. It is chapter 10, verse 8 of the Bhagavad Gita. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattaha sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Which means Krishna is the source of everything that exists, and the wise who know this perfectly engage in his devotional service with all their hearts. Okay, the last question. What is the difference between ascending process of knowledge and descending process of knowledge?
In the ascending process, we use our mental speculation in order to know the absolute truth, which is very far, and also it is this process is very faulty. But in the descending process, we just accept the knowledge which comes in the disciplic succession in the parampara, which is perfect
Yes,
as it comes from Krishna himself.
yes, perfect. So, ascending process involves one's own speculation to understand the absolute truth, whereas descending process means to accept the knowledge which is coming down in the parampara system, starting from Krishna himself. That's the right answer. Thank you all for joining. Let us meet again in the next session and continue to read from this wonderful book, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.